Have you ever felt used or taken for granted by someone you care about? Have you noticed that no matter how much you give, it's never enough, and your efforts are rarely appreciated? If you've been in this situation, you're not alone today. We're going to talk about something many of us experience in relationships being taken advantage of. More importantly, we'll explore how the philosophy of Stoicism can help us understand, accept, and deal with these situations in a way that empowers us rather than leaving us feeling drained. So let's dive in, and together we'll learn how to recognize the signs and regain control of our own lives. Number one, you're always giving but never receiving in relationships. It's easy to fall into the trap of giving and giving, whether it's emotionally, financially, or with your time. But what happens when all that giving is never returned, when your needs go unnoticed and your efforts are not even acknowledged? This is often a sign that you're being taken advantage of. It can be painful to realize that your generosity and compassion are being exploited, but it's important to acknowledge this behavior so that you can take the necessary steps to protect yourself. The Stoics believe that we cannot control what others do, but we can control how we respond. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most well-known Stoic philosophers, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This means that while you can't control others' actions, you can choose how to react to them. By understanding this principle, you can let go of the expectation that people will always reciprocate your kindness and focus instead on maintaining your inner peace. Number two, they only show up when they need something. Have you ever noticed that a particular person only comes to you when they need help, but when you're in need, they're nowhere to be found? This is a classic sign of someone who is using you for their own gain. They come to you when they need something, but they disappear when you need support. At first, it might feel like a coincidence, but over time it becomes clear that they're only interested in what you can provide. This kind of behavior can leave you feeling unimportant and undervalued, and it's a reminder that you deserve more than just being a tool for others to use. Stoicism teaches us that we must set boundaries and maintain them. Epictetus. Another Stoic philosopher said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." In this context, you can apply this principle to your relationships. Recognize that your emotional resources, time, and energy are precious. You don't need to give endlessly, and you don't need to be available to others who only take without giving back. Number three, you feel emotionally drained after spending time with them. Have you ever spent time with someone and left the interaction feeling exhausted, emotionally drained, or even depleted? This is another key sign that you might be dealing with someone who is taking advantage of you. Instead of feeling rejuvenated or supported, you feel like you've been used up. The Stoics believed in maintaining a strong sense of self-control and emotional resilience. They understood that our emotions are not to be suppressed, but rather to be acknowledged and managed. Emotional exhaustion can be a result of giving too much of yourself to others without any recognition or gratitude in return. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This means that you have the power to protect your mental well-being. Recognize when a relationship is draining you and give yourself permission to step back and preserve your emotional energy. You don't have to continue investing in relationships that don't nurture your spirit. Number four, they're never there for you when you need them. True relationships are based on mutual support. But if you find that someone is never there when you need them, this is a clear sign that you're not being valued. In healthy relationships, there's give and take. But when the other person is always absent when you need them most, it's a red flag that they may be using you for their own convenience. This is where Stoicism can offer valuable insight. Epictetus taught that it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your response to this behavior is what truly matters. Instead of harboring resentment or frustration, acknowledge that their behavior is out of your control, but your response is within your power. You have the ability to choose whether or not to continue investing your time and energy in a relationship that doesn't serve you. Number five, they push your boundaries. We all have personal boundaries, limits on how much we're willing to give, what we're willing to tolerate, and how we expect to be treated. But when someone consistently pushes those boundaries, ignoring your needs and making demands that you're uncomfortable with, it's a clear sign that you're being taken advantage of. The Stoics taught the importance of maintaining personal integrity and self-discipline. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice by holding firm to your boundaries and maintaining your sense of self-respect. You're not only protecting yourself, but you're also taking the high road. You're choosing not to be controlled by the actions of others, and instead you're choosing to remain true to your values and principles. Number 6, they only contact you when it's convenient for them. If you only hear from someone when they need something and you never hear from them, unless it's on their terms, it's another indication that they're using you for their own gain. Healthy relationships are based on mutual communication and respect. If you're the one always initiating contact or making an effort to stay in touch, but the other person never reaches out unless it's beneficial for them, it's time to reassess the relationship. As Stoics, we are taught to avoid dependence on external validation. This idea is echoed in the words of Seneca. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Your time is precious. Don't waste it on relationships where your efforts are not equally matched. Number 7, they're always taking, never giving back. Another clear sign that you're being used is when the relationship feels one-sided. You give, but you never receive, whether it's emotional support, time, energy, or resources. They're always taking, but never offering anything in return. Stoicism encourages us to practice self-sufficiency and to find peace within ourselves, rather than seeking it from others. As Epictetus said, no man is free who is not master of himself. By learning to be self-sufficient, we free ourselves from the need for external validation or constant reassurance from others. In this way, you can create a sense of inner peace and independence that doesn't rely on others. Behavior, practical applications, and lessons from Stoicism. So how can we apply Stoicism to deal with these signs of being taken advantage of? First, we must recognize the importance of self-respect in Stoic philosophy. Self-control is key. We cannot control the actions of others, but we can control how we respond to them. By practicing mindfulness and being present in each moment, we can avoid getting caught up in unhealthy relationships. Remember, no matter how much you give to others, your happiness and peace should come from within. When you recognize the signs of being used, it's a wake-up call to shift your focus inward. By practicing Stoicism, you learn to value your own worth, set boundaries, and ultimately take control of your own destiny. You are in charge of your happiness in the end. You are the master of your own life. It's not about changing others. It's about changing how you react to them. By adopting Stoic principles and recognizing when you're being taken advantage of, you regain control of your power and your peace. You don't need to settle for less than you deserve. Remember, you have the strength to overcome any challenge, and it all starts with the way you view and handle your relationships. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. By subscribing, you'll never miss out on valuable insights and inspiring lessons we share every week. Join our community today and let's grow together.